Welcome, listeners. On this episode, a mother charged with the murder of her 6-year-old daughter. That and more. Chris Talk starts right now. Let's get into it. All right, welcome, listeners, to another episode of the show. I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. All right, so it's nice this evening. I don't know, but as we come in this evening, we come to a very, very, very horrific story. And this episode is going to bring us to New York City. It's going to bring us to the Bronx. So our top topic for this episode is a New York City mother charged with the murder and a shocking beating death of a 6-year-old who was begging for her life.
Bruh.
Wow. I listen. I don't think I can say is wow right now. I do these shows because a lot of these situations, a lot of situations like this are not paid attention to. But this young woman was sitting there uh, begging for her life. All right, listen, as always, I'm going to let Sarah, my AI, report the story, and I'm going to give you my view and my opinion at the end. All right, let's get into it. Let's hit it.
Thank you, Chris. In the Bronx, a Bronx mom was charged with murder in the brutal beating death of her 6-year-old daughter, who neighbors say had begged for her life before her shocking end. Cops said Linnea Eason Kumar, 23, was arrested Thursday in connection to the early morning May 26, 2023 slaying of little Jalea Eason inside the family's squalid apartment at Natchez Forest Houses. According to authorities, the mother had initially told cops she found the girl cold and not breathing inside a closet in their 12th floor unit on East 165th Street. Sources said at the time, Eason Kumar claimed she tried to administer CPR, but Jalea would not wake up. Cops said a Bronx mom was charged with murder in the brutal beating death of her 6-year-old daughter, who neighbors say had begged for her life before her shocking end. Cops said Linnea Eason, Instagram. Ems arrived 15 minutes later and rushed the girl, who had obvious bruising and trauma on her wrists and torso, to Lincoln Medical Center. But she couldn't be saved. Jalea died of asphyxia and blunt force injuries. Police confirmed Thursday. Upstairs neighbor Dennis Rivera previously told the Post that he heard the 6-year-old girl screaming for her dear life during the early morning beating. At 3:42 in the morning, that girl was screaming. Rivera said, "She was screaming for dear life. She was screaming like hell. She kept saying, 'Stop. Stop. Stop.' You could hear the thumps." Bro. Linnea Eason Kumar, 23, was arrested Thursday and faces 2 manslaughter charges, one related to the death of a child under 11 in connection to the early morning May 26, 2023 slaying of Jalea. Tomas E. Gaston. Police sources said at the time that there had been several calls for domestic violence at the family's address. Eason was previously arrested on charges that she'd hurt her other 2 children, an 8-year-old boy and 3-year-old girl. The 2 kids had cuts, scars and rashes when police visited the home May 26, according to a criminal complaint related to that case. The 8-year-old had countless small lacerations in various stages of healing on his back, scalp, arms and legs. Hernandez wrote, the boy allegedly also had a cut on his forehead and a deep, partially healed gash on his scalp. The girl had a long, discolored scar on her waist and a widespread discolored rash to her inner thighs and buttocks. Hernandez wrote, the complaint also included stomach churning details on the filthy, insect-infested home. That case remains open in Bronx criminal court. Her arraignment in connection with the new charges, which also include manslaughter counts, was pending Thursday. Back to you, Chris.
Wow, that was a sad one. All right, hit my ear horn so I can get up into this real quick. We're supposed to be dropping a bomb, right? Drop a bomb on that. All right, folks, this is the point in the show where I give you my view and my opinion on this particular topic. Okay, the first and foremost, I have to ask this one question. But before I ask this one question, can we please and I mean that. Can we please drop a church bell for the life that was lost? Yeah, this story is horrific. It is definitely horrific. And the question I gotta ask is this, which a lot of people is probably asking: where was ACS in this situation? Where was ACS in this situation?
Bruh.
Okay, now according to reports that there was numerous, and I have to say this, they're not being too clear, but I'm gonna make it real clear for you. All right, I'm gonna drop that knowledge on you. All right,
Message.
there were more than 10 calls of domestic violence made to this specific address. Okay, now were there any of the domestic violence calls had to do with the children? No, they didn't. None of them had to do with the children at all.
Wait, what?
But you have to ask yourself this question. During domestic situations, isn't usually the female asked to leave or the male asked to leave? If the female can't leave with the children, she's usually if she can't, they usually recommend her to stay and ask the male to leave. But if she can, she leaves with the children. Am I correct?
Bruh.
I mean, am I correct? Like, am I okay? I just want to make sure I'm correct. So, to me, this situation, this was a serious domestic violence situation, and this is a situation that this woman probably should have stepped out of, but didn't. Okay, instead, this occurred where this woman, okay, allegedly beat her 6-year-old daughter to death.
Bruh.
And I gotta ask this question too. The person that heard it, why didn't they call the cops when they heard it?
Bruh.
It makes you think. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, they used to have this thing in New York City. They used to promote it all the time. All right. What was the ad again? I forgot. What was it for though? I remember the slogan, but what was it for? Okay, yeah, for the 9/11 thing. See something, hear something, say something. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, to all my listeners,
Message.
in a domestic violence situation, it don't matter if you know the person or not. It don't matter. See something, hear something, say something. And all right, I have to say this. Most according to the information that we got, most phone calls as far as domestic violence and stuff like that, they are kept anonymous as far as calling in on it. Am I correct? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm correct. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to make sure, I like to double check and make sure I'm correct with the information that I'm giving y'all. I'm just asking my producers if I'm right on it. Okay, so yeah, in that situation, that's what you would do. And to any of my listeners who have sisters or mothers or anything like that, if somebody heard your mother or your sister getting beat or your spouse being beat in a room next to them,
Bruh.
wouldn't you want them to call for some type of help? I'm not even saying if it's 911. Some people, they prefer not to get the law involved. They prefer you call them and let them deal with it in their own way. And I don't have nothing against that. I have nothing against that. But at the same time,
Bruh.
let's be real. Let's keep it 100.
Bruh.
So I got the question I would have It's to all these neighbors. If you knew this situation or this particular situation was happening within this household, why wouldn't you report it at all? So these are some scary neighbors to me. That's what I gotta say.
Bruh.
They just kind of scary to me. Okay, because you gotta understand in uh, the CPS system, aka what was it? What did it used to be called? BC, yeah, BCW. Yes, right. That's what it used to be called, BCW, right? In our what ACS system. Okay, there are a lot of people who have had reports, false reports made on them over some crap. And I know some of my listeners, some of y'all have probably went through it. I don't know if some of y'all went through it. I'm just saying, any of my listeners who have went through it, you know what I'm talking about. They call it for crap, for crap. And yeah, here's the situation that has actually happened and could have used ACS assistance in this situation, but it was not available for this young girl, and as a result of that, she has lost her life. I want y'all to think about that for a second. So when you hear something like this going on, I want you to think about that for 1 second. Just for 1 second, think about that, because this is one situation, but there are hundreds of situations. That's what I try to bring to light with this channel, that there are hundreds of situations that are happening like this to young children all across America. And this is one that got a report. How long was it? 25 seconds. This report, okay, was 25 seconds. I dealt into it a little bit more so I could give y'all a little bit more information. But this report only received 25 seconds on your mainstream media. Okay? Mainstream media.
Bruh.
That's what they gave it. But this happens across America so much. And that's what I'm trying to bring to light. Things like this that happen across America, and young melanin, mainly melanin children, are suffering because of this. Now, what they did not mention was that this young lady, okay, can we give her the dummy buzzer before I forget? Give her the dummy buzzer. Okay, this particular young lady is also going to be undergoing a psychic evaluation. Okay, now to me, I don't think uh, there's any psychic evaluation that's needed. There's none needed to me, in my opinion. There are choices that we make in our lives. This woman chose to put whatever man before her child. And let's not front. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of women out there that do this. Some of my listeners, y'all might know somebody that do this. Stop them. Stop them. Chop that mother tree right down. Let them know you are up for what you're doing. And this is a situation where this lady was completely up for what she did. Because to me, she probably, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. She probably chose a man over her child. Okay. Now, is this a sickness? I don't know. I am not a doctor. I can't diagnose this as a sickness, but there has been some, and if I may get into this real quick, there has been, uh, I could say, what's the proper word that I'm looking for right here? Because I don't want to say experiments. I don't want to say experimentation. Okay, but scientists or whatever clinical whatever has diagnosis as some type of a syndrome, in my opinion, it's not really a syndrome. I'm just gonna be honest. In my opinion, I don't see it as a syndrome.
Bruh.
It's like you're following, like so many women. You are contesting to your abuser. You are approving the person that abused you. Now, if you a man and you listen to my show and you are an abuser, let me tell you this right now. Cut that out. Cut it out. Cut it out before you end up in jail. And for God knows what. For God knows what. But cut that out right now. If it's something you gotta get through or whatever help you need, you better go get it. I'm telling you right now, I'm dead serious. Because as a man, yo will end up in jail for God knows how motherfucking long. And I'm being serious. So cut it out. I don't think uh I don't think any man should be physically abusing a woman. That's just my opinion.
Message.
I mean, every now and then, how did he say that? Every now and then, a woman need a slap a little bit.
Bruh.
Yeah, but I don't think this smack your woman every once in a while. That ain't abuse. Not to me. That's not abuse.
Bruh.
It's not. To me, abuse is something that is consistent. Okay, if you beating your woman just because you had a bad day at work,
Bruh.
like that's abuse. To me, that's abuse. Like,
Wait, what?
if y'all constantly fighting, like I'm just saying, yo, you gotta constantly fight your girl. Yeah, you an abuser, bro.
Wait, what?
And if she fighting you back, it's because she's not sitting there willing to get her ass whooped. I'm just saying.
Bruh.
If you're in a type of relationship like that, my advice to you is get the out while you can. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it, and they don't deserve it. I'm just saying, neither one of y'all deserve it. I don't really with relationships, and you know that. I stay out of people's business. But I'm just saying, in this case, right here, this seemed like that was the case. This lady was just like, I don't know, following him. And then she's very young. She's only 23. So I don't give her that as credit. I'm just saying she's only 23. And it's sad because she don't look, she look like she's like 35, 40. I'm just saying, she looked like she's 35. At least 30, 35. But 23 is a young age. 23 is a young age. It is. It's a very young age. And I would advise any father, if you're a father and you listening to me, get into your daughter's life. Get into your daughter's life because sometimes the absence of a parent, whether it be a mother or a father, this could be the result. This could be the result because your daughter don't know what the she doing.
Message.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This is a tragic one. I think this woman, she is being charged with the murder of a child, as she should be charged with. And whatever time that the justice system think that she should get, I think she should get. I think they should seek what they don't say is the male. They don't speak about the male. Okay, and we have me and my producers and I, we have looked up on this. We couldn't find really too much on the male. But I also think the male should be prosecuted as well because he was living within the household. He's seen what was going on within the household. If you living in somebody's household, you see what's going on. Like you see what's going on. You can't tell me. There's days that you have off from work. I don't care how much you work. There's days that you have off. You're there. He's seen what was going on, and maybe he should be punished as well. I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think? To all my listeners, this is my question to you. Should this mother be punished? If so, if you think yes, what is the amount of time that you think this woman should get? I'm just asking. If you think no, then you think no. Listen, leave your comments in the comment section. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Drop my air horn for me real quick. All right, listen, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. I also want to thank my new listeners. I want to thank all my new listeners for tuning in. We are now. Where are we now? Well, all right, we're now hooked up on Spotify. We're gonna change that and stuff. We're going to give you that link to Spotify so you can check us out. But to all my listeners, again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Stay blessed and not stressed. Until next episode, folks, I will see you later. Peace out.